Hello, I am Yin, and welcome to my channel. Just as the title of this video stated, I'd like to create my own philosophy. Except, I'd like to do it in a bit more of a unique way. I plan on focusing on and using a theme of threads, needles, and tapestries, as my main goal is to take ideas and aspects out of pre-existing philosophies, and even religions, myths, folklore, analyze them, and possibly alter or remix them, essentially weaving these different schools of thought together. Now, we can, of course, use our own ideas as well, but this is primarily where you, the viewers, come in. I can use some of my own ideas, but I'd like to expand upon and weave as many unique threads into the tapestry as possible that will eventually become this philosophy. Meaning, I'd like to hear your thoughts, ideas, and even philosophies or media you'd like me to look into, as the creation of the type of philosophy I am looking to make needs to be as open-minded as I can possibly make it. My philosophy is also essentially just taking the philosophy of art and applying it elsewhere, but also art. We are and create out of what we copy, and we copy what we are influenced and inspired by. To quote Austin Kleon, author of Steal Like an Artist, "Your job is to collect good ideas. The more good ideas you collect, the more you can choose to be influenced." And to paraphrase Jim Jarmusch, steal from anywhere that resonates with inspiration and fuels your imagination. Devour various media and aspects of life and nature, both old and new. Select only things to steal from that speak directly to your soul. If you do this, your work and theft will be authentic. Although authenticity is not necessarily a concern of mine for this philosophy, just the combining and remixing various ideas and concepts part. Mark Twain also said that it is best to take than to leave things to be forgotten. My current name for this philosophy is just Threads and Needles, and as for the Syndicate's name, I'm thinking of calling it the Winter Moon, but I'd be more than willing to hear the ideas that you have on what it could be called in the comments below. I'd also like to use these videos to encourage actual discussion, to both agree and disagree civilly, even if, for whatever reason, some of us or we are not able to make a compromise. We still have basic respect for one another. If you don't like the way I've analyzed something, have unique thoughts to add, or anything else, I'd be happy to hear it. My only rule is that no matter the topic or who you are speaking to in the comments or trying to talk to me, is that you keep as much of a level head as possible. I don't care whether you agree or disagree with me or who you're speaking to, but if you are disrespectful and aggressive, then I will likely ignore your comment at the very least, and I encourage the rest of you in the comments to do the same. Do not give these people the satisfaction of recognition. Also, if you go out to attack others that disagree with me, then you are more of an issue than the person disagreeing. Now, if you'd still wish to attempt a civil discussion with a person like this regardless, You can attempt to ask them to settle down, maybe even say you should do so as well, as to not make them feel like you're against them or trying to attack them. Then explain how you'd like a civil discussion. If the person is still further unwilling, then just do not bother yourself with them. My plan is to create a philosophy that can at least be appreciated by people of other thought schools or beliefs, as opposed to trying to be the correct or better one. I'd like this philosophy to be able to act within other beliefs as well, instead of taking over another. Another thing I like to preface, though hopefully I won't actually have to worry about, but being on the internet seems to be a commonish thing, but parasocial relationships have always been a concern of mine, and while I respect all of you, and hopefully you all will respect me, we are not friends. We do not know each other personally, and if I have it my way, no personal information of mine or yours will ever be known. The relationship I would like to have is that of teacher and student. I suppose for the most part I may be playing the role of the teacher, but I'd also like to learn from you all as well, for all of us to learn from each other. Something I'd like to know also is if you guys would prefer the game in the background with voiceover style of video, or, like I said, how I was to be a teacher, I'd switch to using Clip Studio Paint as a sort of whiteboard to hopefully better explain my thought process, to hopefully better explain and showcase my thought processes, as well as have a sort of notes for review. Given the nature of what I'd like to do, I cannot promise videos every week, but we'll try to make at least one video a week. If a much longer idea, then perhaps once a month at worst, but for the most part, once every week to every 2 weeks. The new style of video is what I'd prefer, but again, I'd like to know what you guys think. I could also just use this much simpler format I am now. I will also try streaming on Mondays through Wednesdays at 9:15 p.m. EST, either games, art, or whatever else, just to chill, hang out, and for live discussion. Sometimes lessons may be streamed then put on the channel too. From our own personal ideas to philosophies and religions, both modern and ancient, and perhaps even certain themes of fiction. I'd like to weave all of these aspects together in order to create a tapestry at least worth appreciating, and I hope you are willing to join and participate. Thank you all for watching, and I am grateful that you have given me your time. I hope to see you again. Goodbye, for now.